Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock on Monday morning. I am still in my pajamas. We got up and always make a coffee, so I do have a coffee, and then my husband goes off to work. He works in the office, and I get back into bed and read some of my book before I have to start work. So I thought I would just tell you a little bit about it. So I have decided this morning I'm going to read Talking at Night by Claire Daverley. So this one is, I'll just quickly read you the back of it. So Will and Rosie meet as teenagers. They're opposites in every way. She overthinks everything. He is her twin brother's wild and unpredictable friend. But over secret walks home and late night phone calls, they become closer, destined to be one another's great love story. Until one day tragedy strikes and their future together is shattered. But as the years roll on, Will and Rosie can't help but find their way back to each other, time and again. They come close to rekindling what might have been. And yeah, I am 274 pages in, and I think it's just over 300, almost 400 pages, 395 pages. So I am a good chunk of the way through this. So I'm hoping I can get a few pages read before work today, and if all going well, I can get this finished today, which would be really good. Yeah, it's okay. Not my usual type of book at all. It's just very much day of the life. These two people clearly feel a connection for each other, but it just seems to be the wrong timing. Things aren't quite working out. So yeah, I'm just intrigued to see if they do end up together at the end, or if this is going to be one that's sort of open-ended and we don't know. So I thought I will see how I get on with that. So just a quick update before I start work for the day. I read 2 chapters of Talking at Night in bed before I got up, and so now I'm on page 318, so I've got under 100 pages left to go. I think it's only about 3 chapters, so I'm confident that I'll get this finished today. But yeah, I think it's taken a little bit of a turn because it was feeling a little bit too happy and nice to have, about 100 pages left. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll get to read some of this on my lunch break, and yeah, hopefully I get this finished today, and then I can let you know what I thought of it overall. So it is now just after 1:30 and I am on my lunch break. I've had something to eat and I've been reading. I decided to read on my Kindle, which I have here. I am reading Priest by Simone, and I'm 62% of the way through. I've read a chapter while on my lunch break, and I am just really ready for this book to be done now, in all honesty. So I'll just quickly, in case you don't know what this book is, I will give you synopsis. So it just says there are many rules a priest can't break. A priest cannot marry. A priest cannot abandon his flock. A priest cannot forsake his God. I've always been good at following rules until she came. Then I learnt new rules. My name is Tyler Bell. I'm 29 years old. 6 months ago, I broke my vow of celibacy on the altar of my own church, and God help me, I would do it again. I'm a priest, and this is my confession. And again, if you don't know, it is a very spicy, taboo romance with a priest, and everybody has been raving about this book and saying how amazing it is, how sexy it is, and honestly, I'm tired of reading about a horny priest. He meets her once and then he's just like, yep, that's it, I'm just going to give up my vow. She doesn't understand the definition of too much information, especially to a priest. So I am 62% of the way through, and I'm just going to try and power through and get this finished so that I can get it returned to Kindle Unlimited and never have to worry about it again. and hopefully that will be the end of it. Just doing a quick update. I finished work for the day and I have got myself on the sofa and I'm going to try and read Priest because I'm tired of reading it, but I just want to get it done. And I'm in the office tomorrow, and I like to take my Kindle because I have to take my bag and everything, so I don't like to take like a book, but I like to take my Kindle to read because I have to get a bus and a tram, things like that. And I don't want to be reading about horny priests while on the bus or the tram, and the book cover is not great, so it's not like I can even take it out of my bag at any point. So I'm going to power through. I'm 62% of the way through. It's telling me I've got 2 hours and 22 minutes until I finished. So I'm just going to read this for the evening, and I will give you an update if I manage to finish it tonight. So fingers crossed for me. Good morning. It is Tuesday today and I am in the office, so it's earlier than I would usually be up and ready, and I'm probably not going to be able to film too much today, so I thought I'd just do a really quick check-in. So I finished Priest last night and I gave it 2 stars. It just wasn't for me. I just didn't enjoy it, and I pretty much just slugged through it and finished it practically right before bed, so I just put it down and went to sleep, so I didn't check in. So I finished that, and so because I'm going into the office, I'm going to just be taking my Kindle with me. So I'm reading an arc, so I haven't started it yet, but I've loaded it up on my Kindle so I can read that, and it's called Heart Racer. It is a STEM and sports romance, so I'm quite intrigued to see what that's going to be like, because I really like STEM romances. Like, I love Ali Hazelwood and all of her work, so I'm interested to see what someone else will do in a similar vein. I probably won't be checking in much today, but I might try and do a little bit of filming while I'm out and about and see how it goes. I will hopefully catch up with you later. Good morning. It's now Wednesday. As I said, had an office day yesterday. I always feel more tired the next day. I think it's just travelling into the office. I really don't know how everyone does. Like, other people do it every day. I'm so not used to it anymore. But I can't complain because I don't go in all that often. I didn't do loads of reading yesterday, but I did manage to finish Talking at Night by Claire Daverley. So I think the last time I spoke about this, I had about 3 chapters left. So I got this finished last night, and it was, I gave it 3 stars. It was good. I think for me, 3 stars is I enjoyed it. It was fine. Probably won't ever reread. I'm not sure how I feel about the end. It was overall an enjoyable read. It's just very much about, as I said, these two people who never seem to get together at the right time. So I enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it. I started reading Heart Racer by Megan Avery. This is an arc and it's being released on the 23rd of April, so I need to get that read. So I started it while on the way into work yesterday, so I'm about 10% of the way through. It's about 2 people in college. One is working in science and the other is doing sports. I think it's track, and they are both going for the same loan application because their previous one was rejected, and they both then end up going for the same one, and it is a romance. So I think the premise is going to be, obviously they're both going for the same loan, and then they meet and they obviously feelings and how is that all going to work out. So I've only read a couple of chapters, maybe 3 or 4 chapters, is formatted a little bit strangely on the Kindle because it is an R. I can't check exactly, but it's mostly just set up at the moment, so I'm not 100% on how it's all going to unfold. It's mostly just, as I said, setting up that main story of the loan and the 2 people meeting. So I'll see how I get on with that, and I will update you once I know more. Because I finished Talking at Night, I will be looking to start a new physical book, because I always read a Kindle book and a physical book, so I always have 2 going. It just then means I can flip between the 2 if I feel like I need to. So I do have an April TBR that I sort of work towards, so I just pull out some books that I probably should get to, and they are downstairs. So what I'll do is, probably at lunchtime now, I will go down and look at the books that I've got on that pile and just pick whichever one I'm feeling. I just kind of go for what I feel like at the time. So I'll show you what my options are and let you know what I decide to pick up. So yeah, not bad. Finished 2 books already. Obviously both of them I had already started before the beginning of this week. So not bad at all. We'll see how the rest of the week pans out. So it has been a really busy day today, so I am only just coming downstairs to pick the next book that I'm going to read physically. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 books. I don't know why I need to count that, it's 4 books. And I'm not sure which one I want to pick. And so I thought I could roll my D4, and this would decide which of these 4 books I'm going to read. One, 2, 3. So we picked Swift and Saddled by Lyla, and this is the second book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. So this is what I'll be reading next. I will just read the synopsis on the back for you. I'll get into this tonight. After the disaster that was her marriage, Ada has clawed her way up from rock bottom, and now her fledgling interior design business has landed a career-making project at Rebel Blue Ranch in Wyoming. On her first night in Meadowlark, Ada finds herself in a dive bar, unable to shake the eyes of a handsome cowboy. He leaves her with the kind of kiss that most people can only fantasize about, and she almost regrets that they never meet again. Little does she know. Western Rider is a happy guy, even happier now that the mystery woman from the bar is the interior designer on his project. It's too bad she wants absolutely nothing to do with him outside of work. As walls come down around Rebel Blue Ranch, Ada stays firmly in place. Can they make it through this project without giving into their intense chemistry, or will they put their dreams on the line for a chance of love? So the first book of this series, is it Done and Dusted? I think it's Done and Dusted. That is the first book in the series. For some reason, it doesn't tell me in the front of this book, or on the back, where it usually does. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Done and Dusted. It's the first and only cowboy romance book that I have actually ever read. So I wouldn't say I'm really a cowboy romance reader, but I do really like these, and I think I said it before, I love the covers. They're just so retro and so cool. So I'm quite excited to get into this, and I will let you know what I think. Good morning. It's already Thursday. I don't know where this week is going. It just feels crazy. And I thought I would check in this morning on my reading progress. I've not actually been, I feel like I've not been reading that much. I just feel like I've been really tired. So I haven't started Swift and Saddled yet. I've just got that, but I haven't started it yet. I have been reading Heart Racer by Megan Avery. I'm about 32% of the way through, and it's quite good. I'm enjoying it. It does feel a little bit sort of, at the moment, a little bit more young adult. It's nothing too crazy has happened. They're now kind of doing a little bit of like sort of pranks on each other to try and one up each other, and I can see that the tension is starting to build, but there's not much. It's been revealed that they knew each other when they were younger, so I think that's going to play into it. I think it's going to be a little bit of possibly second chance. I have a theory about a possible plot point, but I'm not sure because I've just when I was reading it in bed earlier, I just read something and I just have an idea. So I'm going to see how that goes, and if I'm right, then I'll let you know. But I don't want to say what it is. Well, first, in case I'm wrong, because no matter look, I'm probably completely wrong. But also, I am trying not to spoil it. I'm trying not to, tell you anything that happens. But so far, it's quite good. I'm enjoying it. It's quite a quick read. I'm finding that it's just quite easy to pick up and read a little bit of it and then put it away. So yeah, another busy day at work today, so we shall see if I manage to get much reading done. I do have to work a little bit later tonight, so I will hopefully get a proper lunch break today, so I'll be able to read during that, and I will definitely check in with you later. Hello, it is almost 1 o'clock, so I am just about to go on my lunch break. I haven't done any more reading since I caught with you earlier, but my plan is to do some reading during my lunch break. But I also need to pop to the shop, and we've got a little book. I call it the book box because it's technically like a free little library, but it's just a plastic storage box with the lid secured to a lamppost. So I thought that I would show you guys the little box and see if there's anything good in there, because I haven't actually picked anything up out of it in a little while. It's a bit hit or miss, and I just tend to put quite a bit in there, so I just thought we'll see. Haven't got anything to put in there today, but there are a few things that will be going in there after I've done my Instagram wrap-ups and things like that. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you along with me. Hello, just thought I would check in as it's just gone 8 o'clock and I have had quite a long day, busy day at work, and yeah, we've had food, I've done some reading, I'm 50% of the way through, half the way through this. There's no cover because it's an arc. So yeah, I'm halfway through, and I will say I'm enjoying it. It's a very easy read. I feel like it's reading quite young, like it's quite simple. So they are college students, but and it's a slow burn. So we're 50% of the way through, and nothing has actually happened yet, but there's hints that they're going to end up getting together. Like you can see that they're starting to have feelings for each other. I just don't really like. I'm not really invested in the two of them as a couple. I'm not getting the vibes, like with other books where I'm like desperate for them to get together and I can see where it's going. And I do love a slow burn, but when you sort of see that they're clearly starting to have feelings for each other, it's getting closer. They're noticing each other or touching hands, things like that. I'm just not really all that bothered about it. It's just a bit of a strange one because I thought I'd really like it. So it's not bad. I'm just not as invested in the romance, but maybe it'll start to pick up a bit once, it might get a bit more into it and see how it goes. But yeah, I still haven't started Swift and Saddled. I've just been focusing on heart racer because it's an arc and it is released next week. I really want to get it finished. So it's a NetGalley arc, so I really want to get it finished, and the review up on NetGalley and a post on Instagram, because I've got quite a few arcs that I need to read in the next few months, and it's getting into a busy period at work, so I'm trying to get a jump start by getting this. Well, this one's a little bit late. I would have usually had this done by now, but get this done and then get a jump start on the rest. It's Friday tomorrow, which is good, so one more day at work and then it's finally the weekend. So I just got distracted because Dottie is having a big stretch. Come here and say hello. I don't think she does. Well, this is Dottie. Yeah, she was just stretching, but I had a feeling she might try and knock the tripod, so I thought probably best pick her up. But yeah, I think, honestly, I'm gonna, now I've got cat hair in my mouth. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get myself upstairs, get into bed and get reading with this book. It's going quite quickly because I think I was on like 30% this morning, 32%, and so I'm at 50% now, and I'm not reading it particularly quickly. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a good chunk of the way through, and I might even have it finished by tomorrow, which would be nice. So I will keep you posted. I'm gonna say bye, Dottie. Saying we'll catch you later. Hello, good afternoon. It is about 10 to 2, which is the first time I'm checking in today, which is Friday. Yeah, I got into bed last night, and I did say that I would do some reading, and I did read a few pages. I didn't read too much at all. I was just so tired. And then I didn't even read anything this morning before I started work either. And I've had quite a busy morning. So the first time that I've actually gotten any reading done is on my lunch break. So I had a grilled cheese for lunch, a cheese toasty essentially. And I have read some more of Heart Racer. I am now 62% of the way through. It says I've got about 2 hours and 10 minutes left, which is not bad at all. So I am confident that I'll be able to get this finished tonight. I'm still enjoying it to an extent. I think the writing is quite easy to read. The overall story is okay. I'm just, as I said, not loving the romance. I just don't feel it, and I do feel like they're coming across very young, so they're they're at the end of college. So I wasn't sure exactly how old they were because it is American. I'm not really hot on how all that works. So, but then one of the characters mentioned about being 21, 22, if that's about right, and I just feel like, especially the main character Keely, well, the female main character, she is just coming across as very young, very naive, and it's just not something that I'm really connecting with. But it's not a bad book. I'm still reading it. I'm interested to see how it's all going to pan out, because the whole premise is there's only one scholarship. They both really, really want it. So I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be a big twist. Is there going to be a magical fix for it? So yes, about 2 hours and 10 minutes to go. It's a Friday night, and on Friday nights I always have a bubble bath and read my book. So I do like to spend quite a lot of time in the bath, at least an hour, if not 2. So I'm sure I'll actually be able to get quite a bit of this finished. So that's my plan, and then I will move on to starting Swift and Saddled, which is my physical book, and then I will see what I need to read next. I'll have a look at what other arcs I've got. I think I'm going to do a Monday to Friday for this vlog, and then potentially do a new one for Saturday, Sunday, the weekend. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on how all this is going to work. I haven't really planned it out yet, so I will see what happens. I do want to come up with some. Oh, the cat has just decided to jump down, and that has wobbled the camera. See, we're learning. Yes, so I will. I'm just trying to see, because this is my first reading vlog, and probably not the most entertaining, because I haven't really done anything other than work and read, and I don't feel like I've done all that much reading. So yeah, hopefully I will check in with you later tonight, and then what I'll do is, once I'm closing up the vlog, I will just do a little wrap up of what I've read and tell you some final thoughts, and then see how the rest of it goes. Hello. It feels a bit full circle to come back and wrap up this vlog in my pyjamas when I started the vlog in these pyjamas. But I have just gotten out the bath, I've just blow dried my hair, and I finished my book while I was in the bath, which was what I wanted. So you are awkwardly balanced on the bed, so I'm going to try not to ruffle it too much. But yes, I finished reading Heart Racer by Megan Avery. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay. It just read a little bit young in most places. It had a third act sort of breakup, which seemed really annoying to me. I just didn't really feel like it was necessary. They could have just had a legitimate conversation. It wasn't terrible. It didn't take me very long to read it at all, considering that I didn't feel like I've actually been reading all that much this week. So to have finished it in a few days is quite good. So I will be posting a review and sharing it on Instagram in the next few days. So I will be starting another Kindle book, because of course, and I have chosen something that has been on my list for ages now. Everybody seems to have read and loved this, so I'm sure you will know all about it. But that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. See if I can. I'm going to read the synopsis, because I have a vague idea of what it's about, but I'm not 100%, so I just thought I would read what it's about. So, Elspeth, if that's how you say it, Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. An ancient mercurial spirit is trapped inside Elspeth Spindle's head. She calls him the Nightmare. He protects her. He keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mystery highwayman on the forest road, she is thrust into a world of shadow and deception. Together they embark on a dangerous quest to cure the town of Blunder from the dark magic infesting it. As the stakes heighten and their undeniable attraction intensifies, Elspeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet. The nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind, and she might not be able to stop him. So yeah, I know that it's very gothic, obviously fantasy. I read The Night and the Moth. I had to think then. I read The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Well, I actually listened to the audio of it, and I really, really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed her writing style. So I will be starting that, but that will probably be tomorrow by the time that I actually pick it up. Tonight, while I get cozy in bed, because it is about 10:30 now, I am going to read, finally, Swift and Saddled by Lyla Sage. So I'm going to start this and probably get a good way through this, because I don't think it's too long. It's, oh, that's the start of the next book. And question, no, a recipe. It's 289 pages, so I think this is something that I can get done quite quickly. So I'm going to get properly into bed and read this for the evening. So yeah, for my first vlog, I think that went quite well. I finished one physical book, which was Talking at Night, and I finished 2 Kindle books, which were Priest and Heart Racer. Not the best in terms of rating wise, but I both 2 of those I had already started before the beginning of the vlog, but I think that's pretty good. So I will sign off now, as I am going to get into bed and do some reading. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm still testing things out, finding my feet with it. So in terms of video wise, hopefully things will start to get a little bit better. I will feel a little bit less awkward the longer these go on. But if you did enjoy it, it'd be really great if you subscribed. Let me know in the comments if there's any books that I've mentioned that you've read or any that you're interested in, or if you have any recommendations for me. And that's everything, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching.